I know I'm sometimes revered as the pinnacle, or maybe it's the pineapple, of technology usage, but when it comes to drones, I'm not. Flashlights I can use without a problem. Drones, I've put some really nice ones in the water before. This is the Bwine or Bwine F7MINI 4K. Comes in a handy dandy nice little case. It is nice and small. All I did, and I have been waiting on Exploring Alabama Jr., Herping Alabama, or whatever you want to call them, East Alabama Reptiles, my youngest son, to fly this thing for me. But he is in college now, and he's just busy all the time. And he's in love. So that far outweighs. Here's the beauty of this little beauty. See what I did there? I didn't do anything. This is, everybody knows what a drone is. Everybody knows you snap your phone to the top. Everybody knows you get the correct cord and plug it in here and in the base. And that way it transfers everything from here to here, makes it work. Everybody knows you start off with loading the app, and everybody knows that you turn the power on, you turn the power on this, and they both pair within about 30 seconds. When I get older, I'm gonna fly a drone like that. That's a grown-up person's drone. But the simplicity of this thing is what's making me kind of proud of myself right now. I downloaded the app. I got the correct charging cable. I mean, I charged everything already. I pulled off the cover from the gimbal, which is right there. You see the camera is working. Well, it's trying to. There it goes. So anyway, I turned the power on the fly itself. I turned the power on the remote controller. I stuck the phone in there. I used the right cable. I opened the app. And when they pair, it's going to ask you, do you want to trust this computer? It took me a minute to think that, yes, my phone is a computer. Then I thought, well, how do you make this joker fly up? And you simply pull these two at 5 o'clock and 7 o'clock. Okay, stop. I didn't mean to do that. But anyway, so hold on a minute. We gotta maintain. But that's how doggone easiest thing is to fly. I mean, really easy. So let's get simple here. Hang on a minute. Let me get you set up where you can play. Hold on, don't go anywhere. Maybe that won't go anywhere. I'm struggling here. I was not prepared for takeoff. And once it simply takes off, this button, that's left turn, watch the drone. That's right turn, watch the drone. This is let's go somewhere, watch the drone. Okay, let's stop. So let's move this box. I mean, it is absolutely simple. And you think, well, man, they're all simple. Well, okay, maybe for you because you're so smart. I'm so excited with this thing. Okay, my camera isn't following me anymore. I really don't want to crash this thing. So let's get it over here. And let's get it to where you can see it. I don't know why my camera isn't following me anymore. It should be. Let's bring it a little closer. Ah! Don't try that at home, ladies and gentlemen. How'd that look? Pretty cool. All right, USB connection set up. All right, we're good. We're gonna confirm. We're gonna pair first. On. We're still beeping over here, so we're gonna confirm here. Wait for it to turn on. It says it takes about 30 seconds to pair. We'll give it a full 30. All right, I heard it do something crazy and amazing. All right, it did one final long beep, then it did a quick beep. So they are paired now. So a quick test of the motors is 5 o'clock and 7 o'clock. Turn them off. That's where I messed up before. I'll let it go ahead and take off. All right, I erred. I'm repairing, and once it repairs, you should see on the screen the camera on here. Wait for it. Wake Forest. We're going to do a standard flight out across the pond. Whoops. I guess I better put it up here flat, right? The wind is blowing and it's kind of messed me up a little bit. Up and go. Up. Up. Okay, I want to go up a little higher. Okay, I got it in beginner mode so it doesn't let me go high. Let me see. That's a little high. Coming back down. And I'm just simply toggling up and down. It's kind of holding good in the wind. I'm gonna go down a little bit and bring it back straight. The last drone I used by myself, I sunk in Lake Wedowee. I don't have my groove on yet, so and what messes me up is when it's facing me, left is right and right is left. You got to remember these things. I still don't have it paired with my phone. I got to learn some fine tunage here. But everything is backwards when it comes back to you, as you can see. Anyway, I like this thing. And you can push home, you can push the home button and it should land right back in front of us. But I don't know why it's going way over there into the trees. It was trying, but it was going real fast, so I just got it out of the air. I made me nervous. Okay, I got a little more to learn on controls. I mean, I know what they do. Let's go do something else. I got it all neatly tucked back in its box without destroying it. Just a reminder, this is the 4K version. It weighs about 238 grams, an hour and 10 minutes flight time, and it can go 9,842 foot long range. I'm reading this right here. This thing is actually more impressive than I thought. It has auto return, which is what I need. It has follow me, which is what I've always wanted, because once you learn how to do that, it'll follow you. It has circles and waypoints, and it comes with a battery in it and 2 more batteries. So pretty doggone sweet. And then you simply charge the base on your own. I like it, and if you're real good with it, you can draw on the sand and lay your sunglasses next to it. I'm pretty impressed with it, but I'll put the link to it. It's about $199 on Amazon right now, but if you're looking for actually an inexpensive, really good drone, this is it. All right, well, since that was incredibly interesting, let's do something else. I got a tip from Kelly in the secret email about a spot to come look at, and I found it. so Kelly, I'll email you back and let you know. So y'all guess where I am. I'm here. There's proof I'm here. It's right there. And there's proof I'm here. It's on that water tower over there. And there's proof I'm here because there's cameras on both those doors where those people are looking at me. I got some fun facts for you. Fun facts for you. That's a triple FY. This is National Cement. It has been here. I've seen it off and on throughout my life. It has been here, maybe not in that exact spot, but I'm pretty sure from what I read, they began operations in 1910 in July. I was just goodness gracious, just a few years before I was born. You want to know another fun fact? There's about 1,700 people in Ragland. Next fun fact, check it out. 70% of people in Ragland work at this plant. Now, I never knew that, but I know that if I'd grown up here, I would assume it's a pretty dang good job. And I'd probably have gotten a job here, like most people. But I didn't grow up here. I grown up somewhere else. I have no idea what that little house thing is that I showed you when we first got out of the wagon, unless it is a old train station. You can see the TOG up there. TOG is short for Town of Ragland. On the right, you can see the tower, Town of Ragland Tower. Tailgate for Jesus right there. Oh. So anyway, we're gonna do a little fun fact finding freelance photography. It's like photography, dude. It starts with a P. Dude, P is in pneumonia. Don't you even know these things? There's Ragland Police Department. All departments closed. That's because the government is shut down. I know that. JD Trust Lodge, chapter, Ragland chapter. I want to show you something else too, but we got to get behind this gigantor wagon that's in front of my wagon. Building. It appeared that everybody at that little intersection I was at right there just a minute ago just kind of sat there and stared at each other for a little bit, so I just cruised on through. I have been out here. Pretty good time, pretty good amount of times, because they have a Dollar General. I'm just kidding. We're gonna make a turnaround. Dang, that there good old girl right there about had an accident with me. So this is cruising back through downtown Ragland. Just be patient. $2.59 for a little bit of gasoline. This dude missed his turn. That's why he's doing a rewind in the middle of the street, but that's okay. Not like he's blocking traffic. He or she, it could be a she. And there is Ragland Telephone Company. That's before the word AT&T was invented. They've still got it on their sign. I've got to practice driving and texting and stuff. I pass so many people who are so good at it, and they're just they're good at it. Okay, here's where it all happens. Ragland Municipal Sports Complex. This is where everybody who works for the municipality of Ragland, including Mr. Lane Ford, field of dreams, not responsible for cars or personnel, property lost or stolen. If you come out here and have somebody stolen, like say you bring one of your loved ones, good friend, mom, dad, and they're stolen, you can rest assured it's not Ragland's fault. Here is the RPDs at the JFS. Now at the Joan Ford Stadium, you got the Ragland Purple Devils. This is where it all happens. I'm gonna tell you something you probably didn't know. Somebody asked me something on a comment the other day too. What you probably didn't know is the Ragland Purple Devils probably put their trash, and I would say 06, 25, 328, 105, all the way up to 102, possibly 098. I'm not positive because I don't work here. But anyway, this is it. This is the Ragland Municipal Complex. Something else I bet you've never thought of. St. Clair County Schools. So you ask yourself, St. Clair, that's just a county, right? St. Clair, think about it. Who was St. Clair? Think about it. Well, I didn't hear anybody answer me, so we'll wrap up that fun fact later on after I Google it. That is the RPD FD, Ragland Purple Devils free baseball field. It's a BFF, if you will. It is a nice little complex, if you ask me. I figure if National Cement wanted to, they could renovate this entire town and change the name, and people here would probably be glad because they probably have enough money to do whatever they wanted to do. I think that over there too is where people probably go pay their light bill. You ain't heard that in a while, have you? Light bill? What are you, 75? I'm not sure what else to show you. There's a yield sign saying there's a stop sign. There's signs for signs here. It's like where I used to work. We'd have meetings to schedule a meeting. I just realized why everybody just stopped and looked at each other at that intersection I just went through. It's because I didn't have a stop sign. And I stopped. But at least I can admit that. And I just did. I came out here several years ago to look in this ditch. Sorry, someone's developing a cough. Hey, there's a tower. Oh, you only get, there's so many seconds of button use. Oh, it's the wrong button. After you turn it off. I have told y'all this story. I parked right here where I am right now, but I'm back here behind this camera, and there was a school group over there with little children's playing all over the children toys, and they were coming over. There were a few of them walking this way, and this lady grabbed all the kids and ran out. And it's just me. I mean, you look around, this is what it looked like when I was here. There wasn't a human being around. Maybe somebody over there cutting grass, you know, a few people driving up down the road, a couple of popo-mobiles up there. Police department I showed you a minute ago is right here. This is how small the town is. This is all of it. That is their only airplane, and you'll see it every now and then if you come over here. It's still waiting for them to build a landing strip. That's where they bury their dead. That's the cement plant. This is the baseball field that we were looking at when we were over there. And let me think of what else I wanted to tell you. So, okay, then there was me. And then there was a whole bunch of school children's over there. So she called the cops, which, remember, are right here. And they came over here and surrounded me. Made me get on the ground, count all these pieces of gravel. So when I finished that, I stood up and told them what I was doing, that I just wanted to play in this ditch. And they said, "Oh, man, you cool, man." I said, "Okay." And that's pretty much not the way the story happened. They just, one guy just said, "Hey, you know, there's school kids over there." And I said, "Yeah, I got kids." I said, you know, I said, "Most of the time they're a little shorter than other people, aren't they?" He said, "Yeah, they are." And we talked about life and everything. And I said, "You know, where'd your mama?" and all that. And he said it to me. And we waved bye to each other. With that said, this is the ditch I got in. It's not a secret. Any ditch that's lower than the top of the rest of the dirt around it is going to have water in it. It is a pretty wretched right now because there has been no flowation here in many moons, because it doesn't rain in Alabama anymore. Although there's appears to be a lot more than I thought. The trick question is, I knew it. I was looking for a beaver dang. And here it is. And here's their beaver trail. So that's what I was looking for. The water wasn't moving right there. And believe it or not, and I am the moisture expert. I'm pretty good at telling which way the water's flowing. And here's the beaver dang. There's obviously no trees around here, so they just packed the mud. Let's see how fresh it is. It's been here a few minutes because it's hard enough to walk on. See, I just erred in my way. Now I have released all this water and I want to go downstream. But it's going to be muddy. Well, why didn't you think about that to begin with, dude? Yeah, because you didn't tell me. See that? They're coming back now. They're like, "Gotta be a place to put this bird down. Where can I put the bird?" Oh, wait. He's waving to me. I hate to tell him, but if he ever lands, the time on his watch is wrong. I'm gonna go out on a stray leaf here and say I bet there's another beaver dang. This water is too muddy and way too deep for it to have not rained in so long. There's only one safe spot to cross over here, and it's right here where these tire tracks are. It's a good thing I didn't drive over here the day I was almost abducted by the Ragland Police Department. So let's see where the other beaver dang is. Are you still watching this video? Okay, the water's pretty shallow right here. Holy smacking on, look at it. There it is. I've got that one danged up pretty good. So we'll go down a little bit more, because if we get in, we're going to walk upstream. And I want to see if it's danged up again. This is a too dang town. So after the police came, they had all the kids in a circle and they all had their phones out and they were recording me, hoping I was going to be arrested. And then when it didn't happen, they threw all the kids back in the back of the school station wagon and took them back to school. That's not true either. See, this is crazy. There's no way this should be this deep. If this is a three dang town, then I'm just gonna have to go out on something and think about it. Beaver dang number 3. This was a little more impressive. These jokers have built them a paradise. Para. Look at that. It's pretty impressive. Kind of ruins my plans, but I just came to the realization there's a school over there. I think. Most of them look like rehab facilities, as most regular schools do. But that one actually has windows. Okay, we're looking at more water again. It's still too deep. So coming from that way, we've had 1, 2, 3 beaver dangs all the way from the police department to here. I'm gonna have to file a report. I'm gonna have to contact somebody. I'm gonna have to contact my. I don't have anybody to contact. And looking back on the situation now, maybe this is a school playground. I don't know. I don't live here, and maybe I was hindering progress and squashing their creativity by coming up here and looking. Yeah, there's another beaver dang in there somewhere. Let's keep heading downstream. We'll go as far as Mobile, and that is it. Another fun fact about Ragland is a lot of the kids, local kids, the local kids walk to school or are brought to school. The kids who are brought in from another way, they come by train. Hey, what's your train number? Oh, mine's 502,359. Little Joey, what's yours? And then they share their train numbers. And that's their way they get back and forth to school. When I was a kid, we just jumped into an old boxcar and rode to school. Okay, we may be at the end of the beaver dangs because the water is nice and stagnant. No, there's another one. Not cool. This is a 4-dang town. I hate to say bad words all the time like that, but it's crazy, isn't it? This is number 4. That's not a professional dang, again, because maybe they only have one or two beavers in this town, but they are busy. So we're a little further down, obviously. What we're gonna do is go over there and see if this is a 5-dang town. Getting into a little more flow over here. That is a glass bulb off a train where they would keep their jelly and stuff. And actually, I don't know what that is. That's just an old jar. Another fun fact, the word jargon comes from people who would put those on their ear a long time ago before seashells were invented, and they'd say, you can hear the creek from here. And people say, sounds like a bunch of jargon to me. And it is, because you would barely hear it, like Charlie Brown's teacher, and it just sounded like wah, wah, wah. And it was like Babel from the Tower of Babel. People are babbling. But anyway, the truth is, it was jargon. Not like Jardigan in the commercial. I'm lowering my A1C. Oh, check out this old brick. That is a beast. I don't know what it says. There's a lot of Ragland blocks. W-I-L-P-I-D, Wapura. Okay, we're gonna do the 3-drop moisture trick. You ready? Help me out. W-I-L-P-I-C, Wupacona. I'm like I say, Wupacoma. So like I say, Wupacoma. Like I say, Wupacoma. Hey, Wupacoma. I'll pick these back up. These are the Ozark Trail. I'm usually a I forgot the name of them, the cheap glasses I always wear, because I always drop them in creeks. Oh my goodness. Look at that one. And now everybody knows where I am. Will P. Coba block. Bruh. I just gave it away. So I'm not gonna go back and block this and say, you can't come and get this brick. This is my spot of bricks. I found it. But there's the old piece of the thing. That's a pot. POT squared is a piece of the thing. Let's moisturize B number 2. There's 2. No, I'm not gonna haul all these bricks out of here. I just like old bricks. I like old bricks and I cannot lie. Chicken salad with the flies on the rye. Hold on, let's see if there's another one. I know I'm falling all around. That was a brick. I can't see now. I just splashed some greasy grimy green in the right eyeball. It acts as a lubricant, but that is a no-name Nostradamus. That means it's been here at least 30 minutes. There's one right there. Whoopacoa. No name. Let's go ahead and start a Whoopacoa. Oh, why is that brick so heavy? That's back when they made brick right there. I remember when I was a little boy back in the 1900s. Hey, you know how they made bricks back then? I tell you what. They knew how to make it. Let's clean this brick. It's like finding silver coins. You scrub them on the bottom, and then you set them up like that. That's a Whoopacoa. That's half a brick. WIL block. There's the other half. There's another one. Huh, that's a Ragland. Check it. The Ragland blocks I have are not this big. So that means this one's a little older, back when they wanted things to stand up a while. It's also got a little bit of a little frame around it. You know, you frame the face. Now we're already up to way more blocks than I can carry. I will admit, I carried, what did that one say? Oh, I can't get it out. There's the rest. That's another wheelie block. How many bricks you got? Here's a mini brick. That means there's not many of them like that around. Okay, here's one with a completely different name. Ebola. Excelsior. That said EXCELSIOR. Look at that right there for people who come after me and want it. Pretty much impossible to hide where I am, right? What is this beauty? That's another Willie Nelson brick. That is 2. And if you want this brick and come get it, all this stuff chips off. If you like chips. So let's put this one back over here. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll leave them stacked right here. Well, a couple of them. So you can enjoy your stay. You can see how the font, well, the font's the same. These are just sharper. That one's just more worn. This old Ragland one is cool though. It's too bad that There's probably entire buildings out here built of Ragland blocks. And everybody's going saying, dude, we got a whole building made of Ragland blocks. Give me something to spit in. Let's look at this. That probably came from Birmingham Iron Works. That's the buy. B-I-W. I think I'm done playing in this here. It's hard to tell though. This is gonna be one. Look how big it is. And there's the letters. Oh, yes. Oh, that one's pretty. It's got some black and white. Like Jackal Maxon. Remember the song Black and White he did? It's black, it's white. Oh, that was pretty. Let's go over here. Are you still watching this video? If you are, that's a black walnut tree. It's actually more dark brown with green walnuts. They seem to be falling prematurely too. How many we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a jargon maker. I hauled some Birmingham chemical bricks. Oh my goodness. Bruh, I'm gonna need 2 hands for this one. Oh, wait, I didn't start working out for nothing. This one probably has 10 commandments on it. Hang on. Nope, no commandments there. Let's go over here. So there shouldn't be any snakes right now. There might be later. Huh. That's slippery. Oh goodness, that one doesn't move either. That whole thing's full of bricks. I think I'm done with this game though. But wait, there's more. Not right there, there's not. Ooh, that handful smelled like fish and chips. Here's another. Oh, that's a Ragland. Man, how is there not a good, gigantic, fresh Ragland out here? I do want a big, fresh Ragland. Hang on, we gotta build a thumbnail. You know how it works. Maybe that's it. Okay, I'm done with bricks. Hold on a minute. Do gentle. If you go too hard on there, I don't know what that one used to say. I think I've lost my glasses again. No, they're in the pocket. Here's a bottle. Oh, I left my grippers. That's kind of sad. Not the bottle. My grippers. We gotta go back and get them. The only reason I like green bottles is because they're green. Most of the time, they say Duralast on the bottom, so you put it in and you do that. There's 2 bricks right there. Obviously stacked by someone other than me, but I think it's important, and maybe they weren't stacked. C-O-B-A W-I, I don't know, C-O-B-A, and then a broken one. Wilcoba brick. That one's broken. We'll leave it right there. This seems pretty amazing. Let's go back over here to the brick foundry. And put that right there. I almost made haste again, playing in the waist again, and forgot my grippers. Oh, there's a little bass. You little bass. Okay. Where's my glasses? I can't see the bottom of the moisture. I wonder if it works for you. Like, see, you can't see really, right? And then you do this. Hold on, get over the thing there. Where are you? Oh, there you are. So you can kind of see the bottom, right? I had a, well, I can't see the bottom with them on or off. I had a, oh, I've got some metal stuck in my hand. I was going to say something, I forgot because I was falling down. Okay, I see slight rapids up here on the right. The good thing about that is rapids, I don't know why they call them rapids when they're slow. Oh, maybe it's a slight waterfallation. When you see those, you know there's beer bottles. Look at that beaver stick. So I guess there are some beaver trees around here. Ooh, the water's warm. I love it when it's warm because the bacteria thrives. That is probably a 1700s golf ball. It's made out of iron. And back then, people probably hit it only about 4.5 foot tall, and you can see where they would put their fingers in there. Hey, there's a fishing line hanging from the tree. I cannot see the bottom. Oh, this has to be coming from the foundry. There's no way it could be this clean and this silty. You know what that means, don't you? We gotta go upstream. I can smell it. I can smell the dust. And that's one of the only dangers. I had an uncle who lived in Leeds, right next to the... There's so many black walnuts falling. Sounds like black walnuts are falling out of the trees. I gotta get on the other side somehow. It's crazy odd. I can see the bottom now. And everything from here up is silt. But it does do a little bit of a shout out with the bottles. Ah, there was another one and I missed it. Oh, here it is. That is not an old bottle. Maybe it isn't. Yeah, it is. Check that out. It's got diamond sides. That may be all you get. This one here is a bottle. It's made of glass, had a label, and it is green. The label is coming off. It doesn't say deer glass. I'll put them right there. Now you know what happens usually? People who come after me who see my videos, they go and they say, oh, this is where you forgot those bottles. I don't get downset and I don't get upset. It doesn't bother me. I'll tell you what, you sink in this cement silt and bruh, that's all I gotta say. Here's a catch up. Now remember, the plant was built here or began operations in 1910. That probably means, oh, I'm sinking in concrete silt. That probably means that they started work earlier than that. These beavers have been some eager. This is almost going to be a I'm falling. I'm gonna go up in here. Oh, it's so deep. I gotta get across. Look how clear it is though. That's not so deep right there. So you put that leg over there and you bring this one over here. And you walk up through here. Massive beaver logs in here. There is a lock top. What appears to be a lock top to a bottle. That looks like a snapping turtle. Nope. There's a spider. No, it's not. Oh, I'm falling. That looks like a lock top. No, that's the whole bottle. No, it's not. That is the top to an old bottle. Okay, now we're gonna have to make our way. Right here. And right here. Here's an old Pepsi without the shell. Oh, whoops, I don't know where that went. Sometimes it's hard. But one thing you can see is there are fish in here. This is a no-name. Watch, somebody will come up here in a few years or after me and say, look, there's a bottle sticking out of the bank right there. That means there's a bottle up in that bank. I guess with the bottom painted white, there's another green. That's just a partial green. But nobody will know that. Like it never even happened. We're obviously not back to 1910 yet. But if we were, we would be there. Okay, fine. Now we got some 1910 action. No, we don't. I've been cheated. Tabasco. And this is a modern. That's gonna take a lot of stinking tap dancing right there. Good thing I used to do round dancing or square dancing back when I was in high school. That is screaming, pull me out of here. So let me keep moving. Okay. Ain't gonna get all mad about it. That is a 2-tread twist top. You see the 1 tread and the 2 tread. Let's read the bottom. That is a no-namer. So, to complete the fabricated bottle dump, we put it right there. See it shining on top? I'm in Ragland, Alabama. Yeah, he was there, but he can't see them all. Well, that's true. I can't. That one looks a little obvious. Put a little moisture on it, bring down the rain. Keep moving. And they may be older beer, but I don't really think so. Another, oh, that's not a root. Another good sign. We'll put up there with the other one. Oh, perfect. Another good sign of an old bottle dump is when the roots have grown over everything. out of there. Oh. Potential Prohibition era, but it is a two-top Lucy, so oh, the silly games you play. Okay, that looks two-stage, so we'll put one right there, and we'll put that big heavy beauty up there. Now this one, that's a no-name too. Are we near a town where everybody's just starting to litter just to hurt my feelings? Because I know people watch this and say, dude, why didn't you carry all 400 of those bottles out of here? And I'll say, well, I had a bunch of bricks to carry. Why you gotta get all mad about it? This appears to be a green bottle. I need another hole in the bank to make this happen. That is a mighty fine hole you got there. Thank you. Thank you for shopping here. You gotta ask yourself, rocks or bottles? Rocks or bottles? Bottle. We still haven't hit 1910 yet. I'm trying to do this without getting snake bit or anything else. I got a little cement in my tentacles here. Oh yeah. Choke it out. Spider webs. There are a phenomenal amount of bottles in this creek. There are some old ones in here, but it will take more dedication than I'm willing to put into it. And my phone's ringing. This is it. It's gonna be the first hutch to come out of here. And the third little jar top. We'll place that right there. Also, if you think most bottle people take every bottle out with them, you are sadly mistaken. There is no way. The number of bottles that are found when you go get in some creeks is just, I just don't understand where all these modern bottles are coming from. We were in a slightly older spot with bricks. This has got to be lunch break bottles, second shift bottles. Doesn't matter, I'm gonna keep going. There's a big jar. There's an old Pepsi. I mean, 70s just ain't gonna cut it. Well, it might. I'm not a bottle guy and I could care less, but this one would look amazing in there. Look at that. Huh. It's about as good as it gets. Okay, we're in a deep hole here. One thing about this silt from the factory, it kills the methane smell. I don't know if that's good. Oh, I'm about to fall down. And absolutely. Oh, okay. Oh, that whole leg went in. That's all right, that's okay. We'll get clean another day. That's a green, that's an older one. I'm tired of stagecoaching all these beasts. There are so many bottles, I don't even want to dig up anymore, unless it's obvious. Now, if we officially, like fishermen, fishers of men, see one, let me give you a fun fact about that. That vine is poison ivy. You take a piece of that and drop it down your pants leg and wear it the rest of the day. You'll regret it. So if you're one of those, you know, people who wears pieces of, I have no idea where I am. Oh, I see the train track. So if you're one of those people who wear things like that, do not, under any circumstances, another Pepsi. That looks like a good find. Okay, here's this fuzz. Well, this is just a fuzz. Better put that up there in the bottle dump too. Let's see what this white thing is. It's usually just a piece. These aren't very good at surviving for some reason. The lids do. The lids are quite amazing. I'm about to cut myself. Chick-fil-A cup. Eat more chicken. Stay right there so I can rinse my fingers off. There's so many bottles right here. There's so many right there. I know what you're thinking. That's a little bit older one. Here's a Coke. Not old. Oh, this was, you remember when you was a kid and there was taste tests in different stores? This was a taste test for a Coke. They put a little bit in there and you'd come on and they just pour it in your mouth. If you liked it, you'd buy a whole bottle. Yeah, there are way too many. Budweiser bottles in here. It seems the further up this creek I go, that's a Honeck and Heineken. Oh, there's another one up there on the bank. But see, there's tops and bottoms. Okay, here's a plate. All we need is the name off this plate. And one of you guys to look it up and tell us what it says. We'll leave it underwater. Now we'll take it out. It says, oh, my grandma had one of them right there back there in the 30-20s. In the 30-20s. This is crazy. I'm crazy for you. Okay, let's go. A lot of green ones in here. Okay, we're getting back into the 60s now. That's a Pepsi. Okay, now there are officially bottles. How did that break when there's nothing but woods up there? This is going to say something on it. You'll have to hold it up to read it. Can I get my glasses off my face? No deposit, no phone, no pool, no pets, no return to this bottle yet. Right there's some hair tonic. Still got a piece of hair hanging out. We're gonna put that right there. I know if you're getting triggered by all these bottles going in the woods, you're just gonna have to overlook that, because I can't take all these bottles out of here, nor does it do anything to the creek. It does nothing. Here's a bottle with a lid. You go to the doctor and they say, could I get a sample, please? And you say, why, sure, doctor. That is full. Oh no, that's a Paulton Sepper shaker. Look at all the pot and pepper in there. Brother, you forgot all about them microplastics. Sorry. I understand how that. Okay, that one's got a little more. No, it doesn't. Some of these are full. Oh, I'm gonna have to figure out how to declean my person or reclaim my person. That's a big bottle right there now. I'm gonna tell you what. Get out of there and get up on the bank right there. I bet it says on the other side this is the rarest bottle in the whole world. You better keep it. Also, fun fact. I had cut a few bottles to make glasses out of. Then after doing a little searching here and a searching there, then doing a little researching, I come to find out, finally, that is a Gordon's, what did it say? Zoolander, Flamavlo. What does it say? Work with me here. Oh. The letters are up and down. Gordon's. And we're back into the Prohibition era. That's a good sign. I'm thinking if I'm reading this correctly, this is a Gordon's. There's a bottle in the woods. What I was getting to, if you do cut a glass and make it something to drink out of, don't. Especially don't get it hot and drink liquids out of it because of the lead content, the old bottles, and some goodness gracious in all the bottles. So there is an official bottle dumped around here somewhere. That's got words on it. I hear activity real close to me. What does that say? Oh, we finally got one with the good circle words on it. This is probably gonna be a keeper. I didn't even bring my man purse. Kelly, I hope you're not watching. Trade. Okay, let's get serious. This is a cool bottle. Oh, never mind. Oh, that's still cool. I don't know what it says. Can you read that? Coca-Cola. There's no way that says Coca. It says Coca with a C. Coca Nolaco. I promise that's what it says. Coca Nolaco. Hang on, let me check it. Okay, it says Coca-Cola Company, Coca-Cola, Atlanta, Georgia. It's a pretty cool bottle. I actually have one of these, but it's pretty cool. Nonetheless, because I enjoy a good bottle with a good embossation on it. Please keep this one. I remember when I was young, my daddy used to say, boy, I didn't have a pot. Made in Indonesia. Yeah, somebody had one. Jim, I would send this to you, but it appears to be porcelainated. The porcelain has been cracked off right here, which engaged a hole, which means it's going to sit right here. You know what? I'm going to put it back after we look at all these. There are so many bottles in this creek. Oh goodness, I'm about to run out of battery. I'm not going to be able to show you everything anymore. This video also will not be released until I come back here a few times. Anyway. Okay, we're down to the point where you don't get to enjoy the walk. You'll simply see what I take out of the water. And we'll start with this. Oh, paper ball. Ho, ho, ho. Check this out. Look at that. It's crazy how these survive. They're very, very thin, but they're cool. Make that change. Ha. I forgot to show you the choice treasures. This is a Ragland I found way towards the end. No, it's not. That's the Ragland. And this is the Whoopee Cobra. And that's all I brought out, other than the circle script, or whatever you call it. So there you go. Thanks for watching my videos. I drive corrected. This new facility is the new police department. And this little portion down here is the new rescue service. Ha! Pretty sweet! Now I'm done. Thanks for watching my videos.